Well, we're finally here, subscribers. My July 2020 schedule, which is also Summer Palooza 2. Well, I have 30 videos, I'm not kidding, 30 videos that I'm gonna be uploading on the 1st of July to the 30th of July. Yeah, this almost convinced me on not doing a September schedule, but after thinking about it, I am gonna do a September schedule, but not as many videos of what you're going to see in this schedule. Let's just say that no one on Earth will do the same schedule from last year, like what I made of my August and 2019 schedule. And I'm really looking forward to actually upload all these videos, because as far as I'm concerned, these videos were something I was planning to do, but didn't get a chance to do it. Reasons onto why Summer Palooza on my channel exists. So let's get on to the reviews. There are gonna be 11 reviews. iCarly, iShock America, Victorious Tory Goes Platinum, That's So Raven, When No Smoke, SpongeBob SquarePants, Friend or Foe, Jimmy Neutron, Attack of the Twonkies, My Life as a Teenage Robot, The Grey Unwashed, Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, The Blue Super Dude and the Magic Potato of Power, Ed and A Fistful of Ed, Adventure Time, Memory of a Memory, and We Bear Bears Hurricane Ha. I have really went through so much time into making these reviews as good as possible, because as much as reviews is something I do on my channel, it was still a pain for me to actually get all the clips together and completely adding music in the background, because as far as I'm concerned, these videos are probably something that I wasn't going to plan. It's something that I really want to do, and the fact that I'm going to be uploading for my July schedule is going to be worth the wait. I'm just going to let this out right now. I'm not going to talk about the episode reviews or the other topics in this video. I mean, some of them I will, but when it comes to epic cartoons and live action episodes, I don't want to waste a lot of my time. It's really stressful for me to actually get into detail on each episode I talk about. Anyway, the 11th review that I'm going to be uploading in July as well is Xiaolin Showdown Evil Raimundo Trilogy, which is 3 episodes where Raimundo goes to the heroine side while go against the main characters of the show. This is something I had in mind when I got into Xiaolin Showdown of this year. And even though by this point I haven't, I'm really happy that I got this video over with before I get burned out. Because as far as I'm concerned, making this review, I was mostly burned out. And I'm probably going to make more reviews of it, either maybe in this year, like 1 or 2, and then maybe another trilogy involving Omi into the dark side in 2021, depending on what happens. All I can say is that the review itself is going to be long, as usual, just like most of the other videos you're going to see on this list. And the reasons onto why I add 3 episodes into one review is because they are actually connected, which is why I call this the Evil Raimundo Trilogy. I hope you Xiaolin Showdown fans are looking forward to me talking about what I enjoy from 3 of these reviews, 3 of these episodes, while also having a connection and completely expressing my thoughts on what I actually enjoyed from all of these 3 episodes. And with that, let's get into the L fanfic readings, and there are 8. I'm not kidding, there are 8 fanfic readings. The Solution by Wendividor D, I can't spell his or her name. A Family for Cozy Girl by Twilight Star. Luna Writes a Friendship Report by Royal Bordeaux of Canterlot. The Secret Templars by Brady Bunch. And The Cuddle Sickness by the same writer that I did a fanfic reading of the Cuddle stories involving the main 6, including Trixie, Starlight, Spike, and the other story involving Sunset. Now, considering I want to do so many fanfic readings on so many writers, since that I want to give them some kind of attention, I did five fanfic readings of these 5 fanfics that I'm not usually into. Well, I did enjoy them, but considering I wanted to make my channel a lot more, have more variety when it comes to the uploads, I really went through so much stress onto doing recording of all these stories. And besides the cuddle sickness, the 4 stories aren't really that long. But as far as I'm concerned, it's pretty much the only way for me to actually do these, because when I keep going, I'm going to make so many longer videos to the point that they're going to be an hour long. And I am not exaggerating. If you really think my top 10 outdated videos was going to be an hour long, and it's going to be the only video going to be that long, oh boy. As far as I'm concerned, I want to put so much work into these videos, no matter how long they are. And speaking of long videos, my other 3 fanfic readings for me is Camping with the Princess, Absolution of a Lovely Queen Changeling, and Wave Race by the Beach. These 3 stories have chapters, and for the first time, I'm going to add timestamps into these chapters so that people will keep them track. So people can actually get into the specific time on which chapter I'm in. And as far as I'm concerned, I should have done this way earlier, but after completely making these videos in April, I really need to take a break. And since I haven't did it right now, it's probably the perfect time to actually add timestamps into these. Because let's just say this right now. Even if you don't watch these fanfic readings, but if you're interested in them and you need timestamps in order to get to a point of a chapter that you wonder where it's at, I'll put them on in the description box. So anyway, Camping with the Princess and Wave Race by the Beach is one of the Twilight stories during Princess Twilight's time in the Equestria Girls' world. And as for Absolution of a Lovely Queen Changeling, this was something I actually wanted to do, mainly the fact that I wanted to see Chrysalis being reformed from the other characters. So I really hope that you're probably looking forward to watching this fanfic reading, despite the fact that it's mainly about the characters Princess Cadence, Thorax, Spike, Starlight Glimmer, and Ocelsius to help Chrysalis reform herself. I know it's going to be confusing, but once you read the first chapter, you might be interested, or listen for my reading of the first chapter, that is. There are 2 analysis videos that I have planned. Pokemon the Movie 2000 is what made the franchise better in the Golden Age, and why Cyber Bully is an important movie. Now, by the time we reach into July, it will be the 20th anniversary that Pokemon 2000 has been released in theaters in America. So I honestly think that making a video while also analysis on it is probably the best choice of it, since I had in mind on talking about 2000 in such a while. And as far as I'm concerned, it's probably a great way to actually upload that video on the 20th anniversary of the theatrical release. It's something that can actually give people, some of my subscribers and other watchers on YouTube, give this video some kind of attention to watch, especially after 20 long years. Because let's be honest, a lot has changed after 20 years. People say that they completely glorify how futuristic the year 2000 is, and I do admit I was into that kind of stuff. But just looking at it now and how far we've come, so much has changed to the point that glorified can easily become really forgotten. Well, not really forgotten, but easily fading away. As for the second video, why Cyber Bully is an important movie, I saw other videos, people complain on how this movie doesn't usually work and how it's easily something that it doesn't work at cyberbullying. And there was a recent review that people have been talking about on how that the people who made this movie didn't focus on the cyberbullying and execute it much more better. Like, mainly the fact that the students are completely bullying one person because they got nothing else better to do. Now, I do agree with them, and I do respect on what they're talking about. But I will admit that this movie is still important, because out of all the movies that actually involves education on the internet, cyberbullying was one of the things that actually gave me more fanfic ideas, and I wanted to buy the DVD so I can watch the movie at home. Yeah, I completely want that out badly, but my point is that I actually enjoyed cyberbullying, even with its flaws. And I will admit, there is one major flaw that I will talk about once I upload this video. And believe me, I think you probably know what I'm going to talk about when this video is uploaded. Anyway, the 9 videos is gonna be 4 Generation 5 prediction videos and 5 YouTuber tributes. Yeah, 4 Generation 5 predictions. You actually think I'm going to let this out? Well, I have so much ideas that I want to express them in these videos. Sea ponies, hippogriffs being the lost creatures, the jump from 2D to 3D animation, adults versus children, what the movie can do for Generation 5's future. All I can say is that I really am looking forward to the fact that I have 4 videos dedicated to Generation 5 predictions. So if I upload them and completely have the subscribers watch them, I really think that will probably boost my channel's subscribers and the view count. And when you look at the titles of these videos, other than the first title, the jump to 2D to 3D, adults versus children, and the movie can do for Generation 5's video futures, that's something that can actually be discussed when it comes to Generation 5 as a whole. And by the time of this recording, and maybe somewhere in July where we get some information, I honestly think that people would really want to see these videos so that they can have some kind of a mindset when Generation 5 gets leaked with the information that it has. And believe me, I honestly think that this video involving adults versus children, since I've heard that Equestria Girls is gonna be for, because Generation 5 is gonna be more for adults, it would be really interesting on discussing the topic of adults against children, since that the demographic is obviously different from the ages. And believe me, I really think that Generation 5 will probably be a further step to the Broly fandom. YouTuber tributes: Little Kuibo, Gilbert, I can't spell his last name, Josh Sculptural, Headhunter Productions, and What Culture Wrestling. So, out of all the people that I want to look at, these were, by the time, was something I really want to actually give a tribute to. Mainly Little Kuibo, because by the time I was enjoying his abridged series of Yu-Gi-Oh!, I really need to make a YouTube tribute of him, otherwise I would get easily burned out. If any of you don't know, I easily get burned out from anime by a long shot. So I'm actually kind of glad that I made a YouTuber tribute, because I was originally going to do a review on a Yu-Gi-Oh! Episode, or a 5-part episode, and as part of the July schedule, but I decided to scrap that because I was completely burned out. And the same thing happened when I tried to do my other reviews I was planning to do back in 2018. I did have original plans, but I just couldn't do them because I was extremely burned out. But I'm glad I did a YouTube tribute on Little Kuibo, because he was hilarious, despite me not watching all of his videos and the fact that he's still on hiatus. I still enjoy his content. Gilbert is basically a vlogger that actually vlogs way earlier of his time, which is something that people don't usually look at. I know some people on their channels who've been vlogging have been doing that in the 2000s and 1990s and 80s, but what really caught my interest in Gilbert is mainly the fact that he was the first one that caught me interest. As for Josh Sculptural, he's another Broly, but not really completely. I really want to actually put my focus on his other content, mainly his top 10 videos of the main focus of the YouTube tribute of him. As for the other Bonnie Headhunter Productions, he was something that I was planning to do a YouTuber tribute at some time, so I honestly think that him being an actual full-time Bonnie, since that most of his content is mostly Bonnie related, I think that doing a YouTuber tribute on him is probably a better choice for Bonnie YouTuber tribute for July. And as for what Culture Wrestling, which is a wrestling YouTuber tribute, it's basically what you actually expect. It's one of the most popular YouTube channels involving wrestling. And I honestly think that me doing wrestling videos specifically for YouTuber tributes and other ideas, I think that doing What Culture Wrestling YouTube tribute is probably the best way to do something out of wrestling for this month. And that's all the videos. 30 videos. I really had so much adrenaline but also exhaustion on completely doing all these videos, but once they get uploaded, it'll be worth the wait, because for every day of the week in July, there's going to be a lot going on. One upload per day. Unless if there's another reaction that caught my interest, I'll upload that video too. But geez, you probably are going to be really surprised on the fact that there are so many videos. But then again, if you didn't see my August 2019 schedule of last year, then you're new to this. And it might happen again next year, depending on what I do next year. Anyway, I'm Lonely Fanboy 40 here, and I'll see you guys in the month of July, as known as Summer Palooza 2.